Imagine Dragons is one of the most influential rock bands of this decade, Billboard says while revealing genre's best-selling album and song. It likely comes as no surprise to followers of Billboard's rock charts that Imagine Dragons stand among the genre's most influential artists of this decade, the report reads. Billboard has announced that based on its data, Imagine Dragons' 2017 single, Believer, is the number one rock song of the 2010s, while 21 Pilots' fourth studio album, 2015's Blurry Face, is the decade's top rock album. Oh my fucking god. It likely comes as no surprise to followers of Billboard's rock charts that Imagine Dragons stand among the genre's most influential artists of the decade. The Las Vegas Rockers who first began charting in March 2012 when their breakthrough single It's Time and its corresponding EP, Continued Silence, began to find an audience at alternative radio, kicked off their Billboard success via debut album Night Visions, which spurred a trio of hit singles. After 2015 follow-up Smoke Plus Mirrors, 2017's Evolve found the band back to generating multiple hit tracks, including Believer, Thunder, and Whatever It Takes. The latest LP, Origins, arrived in 2018, furthering Imagine Dragons' success across multiple radio formats and genre-based playlists. At the decade's end, Imagine Dragons take the top 3 spots on Billboard's decade-end Hot Rock Songs list, while two of its albums adorn the top 5 of top rock albums for the 2010s. The source adds that Believer is the number 1 hit on Billboard's decade-end Hot Rock Songs chart, while the follow-up single Thunder ends at number 2 on the decade-end ranking. After it supplanted Believer atop the Hot Rock Songs and dominated for 24 weeks, and charted for 81 weeks overall. I just have one very quick little question. Who the fuck, when they listen to this band's shitty-ass music, actually thinks they're rock? Like, even people who like this band, do they actually listen to their music and think, wow, this is some great rock music I'm hearing? This is really hardcore, heavy rock music? I don't think anyone fucking listens to this band and thinks that they are even remotely close to rock. The only thing that they have to do with rock is, oh, they're a band, and oh, they sometimes have other people playing some instruments. Like, what the fuck do the other members of this band do aside from the singer? It's like Maroon 5. I've even encountered some people who think Maroon 5 is literally just Adam Levine and don't think it's actually other people. There's actually other people in that band, but miraculously, yes, there are other people who supposedly do things in that band, and it's the same thing for this. What the fuck do the other members do in this band? All I hear is just generic pop beats that are generated by computers. I barely ever hear any actual instruments in this band's songs. Maybe occasionally you'll hear an acoustic guitar in their songs, but that's about the closest to rock that this band gets. They are a pop band. They don't make anything remotely close to rock. And the fact that their singles are at the top of the rock charts of the decade, Billboard's rock charts of the decade, just really fucking shows how much mainstream music sucks. And the fact that fucking 21 Pilots is also their album is number 1 of the rock music charts of the decade. That also really shows how fucking shitty mainstream music is. I'm not gonna say all music because I'm not gonna be like one of those fucking stupid born in the wrong generation fucks or the stupid boomers who say that music there's no good music that's out now. Obviously that's bullshit. There's plenty of great bands that are more underground that don't receive the nearly as much recognition as they deserve, sure, but the fact that for whatever reason Imagine Dragons is at the top of Billboard's rock music charts. It's just incredibly fucking sad to me. And again, I just wonder, does anyone who listens to this actually think they're listening to rock? And if so, most influential rock band of this decade, my ass. Has anyone actually ever been influenced by Imagine Dragons? I've never heard of that. I've never heard anyone say, I want to pursue a music career. Imagine Dragons is such a huge, huge inspiration to me. I want to make music just like them. Maybe they're influential if you want to make fucking bland, generic music that's played to ad nauseum in stores and in car commercials, and most people just want to fucking stab their ears with toothpicks when they want to listen to them. If you want to make that kind of music, then sure, Imagine Dragons is an amazing inspiration for you. But if you actually want to make good music, I don't see how this band could be a really good influence for you. Maybe they could be an influence in the sense that you want to make music that's not like their music at all, which I guess I could get behind. If they're influential to you in that regard, great, good. Maybe you'll actually be successful and be able to, I don't know, put good music back on the map and not this fucking garbage that managed to get to the top of the rock charts. This just angers me to no end, if you can't tell. Can some actual good bands that are actually rock dominate the charts in this coming decade? Let's leave this decade of bland, boring, generic nonsense like Imagine Dragons behind, and let's reward some actual good music by having that kind of music be at the top of the charts. Please, fucking please. I know that is probably not gonna happen, but one can hope, right? Right? Anyway, that's all I have to say. Bye-bye.